When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Paulo Coelho. Who am I? A primordial question. Where do I come from? Where do I go to? There is no answer to this. This question has been vexing humanity through the millennium. Sages and saints have an answer to it. Sage Udvalaka asserts in Chandogya Upanishad, Tattvamasi, you are that. The individual soul and universal soul are one. Both merge into a point of cosmic fusion. You and I merge into this sublime reality. Aham Brahmasmi, you are Brahman, means individual soul, is the absolute Brahman. A little abstruse to the understanding of the common man, there is this arresting theatrical presentation. The people are in a frenzied dance around the fire. As the tempo of the dance builds up, the dancers and the dance, the musicians and the music, all merge into the flame and reach a point of sublimity where diversity merges into unity. This dramatic representation of the divergent elements fusing into a point of convergence encapsulates the myriad of abstruse philosophies dealing with the question, who am I? Nietzsche says,
your God is dead. God remains dead.
If the creature and the creator are one, it presupposes there is a creator. What happens if the creator is dead? Nietzsche says, the creature has killed the creator. God is dead. We have killed him. Must we not become gods ourselves? In Nietzsche's philosophical world also, the subject and object merge, but one is not alone. Spirituality and God apart, there is a basic human trait which defines the essential integration of the pluralistic elements in society. This is what Paulo Coelho sums up with lucidity. The French thinker and philosopher M. Taine says,
life is impacted by race, milieu and moment.
Yes, you cannot be alone. There is a saying in Africa, it takes a village to raise a child. In international politics, we moved from dependence through independence to interdependence. In the global village, no one is alone. No one can be. In an international dinner hosted by India, an Indian waiter dropped a plate of meat which had international ramifications. The fall of China, spread of Greece, dismemberment of Turkey, disappointment of Hungary, and shame for India. But the nations of the world tend to ignore the basic unity amidst diversity and go in for the creation of power-based fiefdoms, where each one feels he is monarch of all he surveys. The burning point of this incendiary greed was felt in the days of the Cold War, when the world apprehended that a power bloc, in a panic, may press the button and end the whole world. In a heated debate in the United Nations Security Council, the representative of Russia told his counterpart from America, "Tomorrow we will meet, if there is a tomorrow." W.B. Yeats is right. The best lack all conviction. The worst are full of passionate intensity. Bertrand Russell echoes this fear when he says, "A stupid man's report of what a clever man says can never be accurate," because he unconsciously translates what he hears into something he can understand. This is a bizarre situation where one may prefer to be alone. This passivity is not the way, asserts John Calvin. A dog barks when his master is attacked. I would be a coward if I saw that God's truth is attacked and yet would remain silent. A loner can be lonely but not alone.
মম জীবন যৌবন মম অখিল ভুবন তুমি ভরিবে গৌরবে নিশীথিনী সম তুমি রবে
Need to go to speech. Legend has it that the trees of the forest joined in a solemn league and covenant not to allow the animals to exploit the trees. After all, a forest is a forest because there is a thick growth of trees. Trees make the forest. Why should the animals enter into our privacy, crawl on our branches, puke into our trunk and dirty the place? They go to the river to drink water. Why can't they stay put on the banks of the river? Why intrude into the jungle? They fight, they kill, and they say it is for their survival. We have been living for ages. We never fight or kill. We don't leave the place where we stand. Let the animals learn to live happily where they are. We will not allow them enter the forest. The young trees were all impressed by their leader's flawless logic. But an ancestor tree admonished them, "Never do it, my children. We animals and trees are living in this jungle for ages. But who cares for the lone voice of age? As Shakespeare says,
Wisdom cries out in the streets, and no man regards it."
The leopard came as usual to rest on the cozy comfort of the luscious tree. The tree shook its branches violently. The leopard fell down and broke its ribs. The monkeys were chased from tree to tree, and branch to branch they too fell on the ground. The bamboo rubbed shoulders fervently, and forest fire was born. Animals got scared and ran away from the fire, some half burnt and bruised. The animals left the forest in full. Come evening, a young tree has a strange experience, a painful one at that. A sharp axe fell on its trunk. The young tree cried aloud, "Ah! What is this happening to me?" Never before that the tree had such a painful experience. The grandpa tree replied, "When the lion, bear, tiger and leopard were crawling around you, the woodcutters were scared to step into the forest. You were safe because they were around. Now that you have driven the animals out, the woodcutters are on you with their axes sharp." The new generation trees started finding wisdom in their grandpa's words. The grandsire told the youngsters, "There is a balance in nature. Everything, animate and inanimate, form the warp and woof of life. Does it send a signal down the line to those doubting Thomases who ask the elusive question, 'Who am I?' Who am I? You are a small point in the large circle of the universe. The circle is never complete without the point." The poet Kabir Das elucidated it with poetic sensibilities. When a drop falls into the ocean, the drop merges in the ocean. Do not forget that the ocean merges into drop as well. The entire universe is for you. You are the entire universe. In the divine frame of spirituality, it is Tattvamasi. Among the tribals of Africa, there is a unique custom. When a boy turns into a youth, he has to undergo a test of strength. He is tied to a tree in the middle of the jungle. He has to stay there overnight. The jungle is infested by wild animals. The lions roar, the tigers roar, the hyenas laugh, leopards leap and the elephants trumpet. The jackals howl all around him. He starts cursing the tribal leaders. How could they do this? His heart breaks when he thinks, how could my father allow this? At sunrise, the boy is untied from the tree. He sees that his dear father was standing near him all night with a drawn sword. Behind him were the tribal leaders with raised up axes. No one is alone. The whole universe is with you. Be assured, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? Am I alone? This question comes as a refrain on and off in our life. Take for instance the family. A home is the place where we gather grace. Home is a place where you can say anything you want. In any case, nobody cares. The United Nations defines the family as the strongest democracy in the heart of society. Indian philosophy tells us, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world in one family. Even the birds, bees, and butterflies are all part of this universal family. In the Indian scripture, there is this moving episode. Devendra, the king of gods, is rooted in battle against the Asura, the demons. The army of the gods flees the battlefield in disgrace and anguish. Devendra suddenly gives the order, "Halt!" he happens to see a bird's nest hanging precariously from a branch of a tree in front of underneath. The nest will fall, the eggs will break, and the young ones will have a stillbirth. This should not happen. The king of gods ordered his army to return. The chasing Asura army finds the gods returning in full vigor, scared that they will be overpowered and defeated. The Asura army flees for their lives, and the gods regain the kingdom of heaven. Don't they say, all for a name? A kingdom was lost. Here, all for a bird, the kingdom was gained. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all, says the poet. Every creature has its purpose, teaches the Indian philosophy. COVID seems to be a practical philosopher. From its unseen abode, it has taught humanity a lot of lessons. It taught us the importance of family. It taught us the value of nature. It taught us the importance of love and compassion. It taught us the value of grandma's food. It taught us the significance of immunity. It taught us the great position of mother. It taught us that prevention is better than cure. Despite its deadly manifestations, the COVID also has some benign features to it. It cleaned up the air. It cleaned up the water. It cleaned up the earth. The emission of carbon dioxide has come down. Air quality index has improved. Noise pollution became less. Carbon monoxide emission has come down. From the city of Jalandhar, 200 kilometers away, the mighty Himalayas can be seen with astonishing clarity. Emission of fossil fuel came down. What the leaders of the world could not achieve, after the Paris commitment on climate change, COVID seems to have, just through an enforced lockdown. The President of Brazil asked the Prime Minister of India, Mrita Sanjivani in the form of hydroxychloroquine. India could support more than 77 countries in their hour of distress. Yes, a modern-day manifestation of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Nobel laureate Amartya Sen openly complimented his better-knower, the Prime Minister of India, for his proactive combat against COVID. Bill Gates wrote a letter of appreciation for India's timely and effective action in containing COVID. The Indian heritage emboldened the nation to reassert we do not want a fallen or a prostrate India. We want an India which is ready to die so that humanity may live. Better still, be ready to live so that humanity may not die. India is with humanity. India is for humanity. India will not leave anyone lonely. That is our ethos. That is our milieu. That is our heritage. Unity amidst diversity, live and let live, is in the blood of India. Arnold Toynbee places Emperor Ashoka as the greatest among the rulers of the world, spiritually, financially, and militarily. Ashoka was second to none of the mighty emperors of the world. He never unleashed the forces of imperialism against an unsuspecting and unready world. He knew that peace has its victories no less renowned than war. So he waged peace, not war. Muhammad Ghori was routed in battle by Prithviraj Chauhan. In tune with the great Indian tradition, Prithviraj pardoned the aggressor Ghori. Ghori came back on and off and was defeated and pardoned 16 times. At the 17th attempt, Ghori won. He captured Prithviraj, harassed him inhumanly, and gave him a dog's death. Yes, the war of cultures exposed the underbelly of the intruding invaders. India tells the world,
Shamabalam Asattanam Shattanam Bhushanam Shanam.
forgiveness is the strength of the weak. Forgiveness is the adornment of the strong. In the Bible, Peter asked Jesus, Lord, how often shall my brothers sin against me and I forgive him? Jesus said, until 70 times 7. Forgiveness benefits the strong, lack of it benefits the weak. What Jesus taught 2000 years ago resonates with the teaching of the ancient rishis of India. It befits the strong. The universe does not distinguish between the big and the small. Size, stature, and status apart, every creature has equal importance in the scheme of things. The wise Solomon has this to say. He was on a trip on horseback with his retinue. He sees a group of ants in front of him. Solomon stops, asks his followers to stop. He tells them to look at the ants. Their leader is telling them, our survival is at stake. Men are behind us on horseback. They will trample upon us. Get into the hole as fast as we can and escape. Solomon tells his followers, not a single ant tries to overtake the other in a bid to save itself. They go one behind the other and escape into the hole. What a great lesson in discipline and brotherhood. The Indian mythology. Once there was a domestic quarrel between Lord Vishnu and his consort, goddess Lakshmi, in Vaikuntha, their heavenly abode. With feminine impulsiveness, goddess Lakshmi curses Lord Vishnu.
You will lose your head.
The divine curse has to be fulfilled. The Asuras tried to fish in troubled waters. They kept on attacking Lord Vishnu incessantly. The battle lasts to infinity. Lord Vishnu needs some rest. Lord Shiva arranges his safe hideout. Lord Vishnu dozes off by resting his chin on his bow. The sleep lasts for infinity. The balance of the universe has become topsy-turvy. How to wake up Lord Vishnu? Lord Brahma created the tiny creature, the ant. His mission is to nibble on the bowstring of Lord Vishnu till the bow straightens up. The big idea is Lord Vishnu will wake up under this impact of the straightening bow. But the divine power of the bow is infinite so much that Lord Vishnu's head blew off. Goddess Lakshmi's curse is fulfilled. Suddenly, they take the head of a nearby horse and fix Lord Vishnu's. The two ants here speak volumes of the independent ability of all creatures, great and small. The Bible says, look to the ant, thou sluggard, consider his ways and be wise. No one is alone. No one is meant to be alone. Old age blues are certainly a benumbing factor for those septuagenarians, octogenarians, and beyond. Loneliness is the most feared level of existence for those who are aged. There is a sense of neglect, real or imaginary. Children are grown up and they are there to help for themselves. Many of them may not be nearby. Some may be in other continents. And those who are well within your reach will also be preoccupied with their own problems and also the task of raising their children. Old men who are used to control the affairs of the home suddenly find themselves marginalized, neglected, unwanted, or at least as peripheral entities in household management. There isn't much of work to do. The office is not open for them. They are retired. Though the spirit is willing, the body is weak. There are ways and means of coping up with this old age issues. Some go to the club, some engage themselves in social activities, some act as mentors, animators, and some establish community work, community contact, community connect, and try to keep themselves engaged. But nevertheless, loneliness is the fact of life for those who are aged or euphemistically called senior citizens.
দূরে কোথায় দূরে দূরে
Perhaps the strikingly innovative, imaginative, and practical initiative to tide over the loneliness in old age is the concept of the third age universities. U3A, the brainchild of Professor Pierre Vella of Toulouse University, France. The concept of the university for the third age opens up a series of opportunities to those who are retired to be retired and made to run the extra mile. You learn, you gain, you keep yourselves active mentally and physically. The concept of the university for the third age is based on voluntarism. You are the teacher, you are the student. Even though you can afford to engage a tutor for a particular topic, you are not allowed to do that because of the common mores of the university structure for the third age. This keeps the old people active and wanted by society. It gives them an aim, a purpose, a goal. It is said rightly, too, that great minds have purposes, others have only wishes. University for the third age gives a new meaning and purpose to life after 60 or after 70. The movement was thought on because of its inherent strength. The movement has become universal because it addresses a universally felt need. You get a chance to relive your life as a student and then as a professional or a worker. Continuous education and lifelong education are perhaps the most refreshing and rewarding experiences to tide over the loneliness and dullness in the evening of one's life. The movement has spread to the UK, Latin America, to the United States, to European countries, and also to almost all continents and nations. In India, there is a novel concept of alternative education, conceived and implemented in the Department of Atomic Energy of the Government of India under the Atomic Energy Education Society in 2007-8. The Institute of Alternative Education offers an opportunity for the willing ones among the whole. This novel concept opens up vistas for expressing the creative talents of the willing ones. They may be retired professionals or homemakers who have talent but very little opportunity to create professional capital of it. The Institute of Alternative Education offers them an opportunity to engage in vocations to suit their taste. The opportunities offered by ICT was also utilized to the optimum. In fact, old age is not second childhood. Old age is second youth. It is like running around a football field or a maidan. There is this senior citizen who could finish half the round and then decided to go back. The young man asked him, "Why are you going back, uncle? Why not go forward?" He said, "Sorry, when I was your age, I could have a complete round of this maidan. But now, halfway through, I feel weak." The youth said, "What difference does it make, uncle? Anyway, you have come halfway through. Whether you go forward and complete the round or go backwards and finish half the round, isn't it the same?" Yes, it is the same. It is the mind which matters. Mind tells you, you are old, incapable, you are weak. The body replies, yes. You are incapable, you are weak. The mind tells, I can make it, I am strong. My mind will also say, my body will also say, yes, you can make it. You are strong. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. You are old only to the extent your mind allows you to be old. You are young if you want to be young. During the heydays of the French Revolution, the poet sang,
"This was said to be alive in those days. This was said to be alive in those days. But to be young was very heaven."
This was said to be alive in those days, but to be young was very heaven. That is the reassurance which the senior citizens can give to their mind.
Bliss was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be
Bliss
young
was it in that
was
dawn to
very
be alive.
heaven.
But to be young was very heaven. There was a saying,
if youth knew, and if age could, both stand.
youth knows, age can. That is the transformational psychology which will pervade a person after he thinks he has crossed his youth. Now the question, am I alone? You are alone if you decide to be alone. That is why it is said, I am never less alone than when alone. Byron has said,
There is a pleasure in the pathless woods. There is a rapture in the lonely shore.
there is society where none intrudes, with the ways and music in its row. Yes, where is society where none intrudes? You can converse with yourself. The self can converse with the soul. It's your mind which decides whether you are active or not. But we should have a reality check. When things go out of hand and when you feel that your physical activities come down, there it is the mind that has to take care of you. Milton said,
The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven.
everyone, man, animal, or microorganism, has a legitimate place in this vast universe. Take your place without denying the other his place. Never ever be an impediment for others.
ভালোবাসি 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 এই সুরে কাছে দূরে জলে স্থলে বাজায় বাঁশি ভালোবাসি ভালোবাসি এই সুরে কাছে দূরে জলে স্থলে বাজায় বাঁশি ভালোবাসি ভালোবাসি
As Bertrand Russell says,
A moralist is a person who does not enjoy the ordinary pleasures of life, but seeks pleasure in denying it to others.
beware killjoys, loners are no mourners about their loneliness. There were two friends at college, known for their love of loneliness. Both are introverts, will keep off others. One of them joined the railways as a guard. The other became a government officer at a young age. One day, he came to know that his wife will deliver in a village hospital. Happy and excited, he got into the next train and travelled to the village. When they neared the station, he told the TTE, I want to get down in the coming station. The TTE said, This is an express train and it will not stop in the village station. The loner pleaded to the TTE, I should get down here, I have to see my wife and child. The TTA took pity on him and said, I can ask the driver to slow down the train. I will hold your hands and help you get down. But once you touch the platform, please keep running. Otherwise, you will fall down. The drill was done as discussed, and the loner started running on the platform. The guard at the last van of the train saw his loner friend running behind the train. The guard decided I should help him. So he leaned forward, pulled up the running loner inside the train and told him, If I had not seen you on the right time, you would not have been able to enter this train. Moral of the story, loners are better when they remain lonely. Helen Keller sums it up. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. Marcio was a young singer who won the hearts of many admirers. As the tempo of his music ascends, his blowing hair will dazzle in the air, electrifying the crowd who will literally dance to his tunes.
That'll be my assumption. Oh love, oh love.
All of a sudden, the tables are turned. Marcio is diagnosed with cancer. He undergoes chemo and loses his hair. Sad and sullen, he walks through the street on his discharge from the hospital. A tiny tot screams,
Here is Marcio! Here is Marcio!
All the neighbors rush down to the street. All of them had a shaven head to express solidarity with dear Marcio. Now decide, am I alone? Am I alone?
জীবন তোরে আমি করেছি বরণ, জীবন তোরে আমি করেছি বরণ, তাতেই হবে আমার উত্তরণ, উত্তরণ, উত্তরণ। ভালোবাসি তোরে আমি জীবন, করে দে রে তুই আমার উত্তরণ। জীবন তোরে আমি করেছি বরণ, জীবন তোরে আমি করেছি বরণ, তাতেই হবে আমার উত্তরণ, উত্তরণ, উত্তরণ। প্রেম তব পরশে এই মনে হয়, সূর্যের আলো যেন পরশে আমায়। প্রেম তব পরশে এই মনে হয়, ভেবে দেখো এই মন কি যে চায় কি যে পায়, জীবনের উত্তরণ কোন পূর্ণতায়। জীবন তোরে আমি করেছি বরণ, জীবন তোরে আমি করেছি বরণ, তাতেই হবে আমার উত্তরণ, উত্তরণ, উত্তরণ।